Greetings to all history lovers. In this channel, I dedicate myself to exploring the most exciting and intriguing events in world history. This time, I want to talk to you about one of the most fascinating and tragic mysteries in history, the disappearance of Franklin's expedition in the Arctic. In 1845, Sir John Franklin, an experienced British explorer, set off on an expedition to the Arctic with two ships, the HMS Erebus and the HMS Terror. The expedition aimed to find the Northwest Passage, a sea route connecting the Atlantic and the Pacific through the Arctic. However, after several years without news from the ships, a desperate search was initiated that finally revealed a mystery that lasted for decades. The first news of the disappearance of Franklin's expedition came in 1847, when a whaling ship reported seeing the ships in the Baffin Sea. However, after that sighting, nothing was heard from them again. Several rescue expeditions were sent in the following years, but they failed to find any trace of the ships or their crews. For decades, the mystery of the disappearance of Franklin's expedition was one of the great enigmas of polar exploration. All kinds of theories were discussed, from the hypothesis that the ships had sunk in a storm to the possibility that the crew had run out of food and died of hunger and cold. But finally, the remains of the ships were found. In 2014, a Canadian research team found the remains of the HMS Erebus on the seabed near King William Island, and 2 years later, the HMS Terror was found in the Victoria Strait. The remains of the ships allowed researchers to shed some light on the mystery of the disappearance of Franklin's expedition. One of the biggest mysteries of the disappearance of Franklin's expedition is why the crew abandoned the ships. It is known that the ships were trapped in the ice for several years, but what led the crew to abandon them and embark on a deadly journey south is still a mystery. It has been suggested that the crew may have suffered lead poisoning from the sealed food cans they carried on board, which would have caused a serious illness and led to a decrease in reasoning ability. Others suggest that the crew may have suffered from scurvy or an infection due to lack of hygiene in extreme climates. Regardless of the cause of the disappearance of Franklin's expedition, what is clear is that the crew had to fight against extremely difficult weather conditions. The Arctic is a hostile and inhospitable place, where temperatures can reach -50 degrees Celsius and snowstorms can be deadly. In addition, the ships were designed to sail in open waters and were not prepared to face the ice and low temperatures of the Arctic. The crew of Franklin's expedition had to survive in extreme conditions and face hunger, cold, and lack of resources. But despite the difficulties, these explorers continued in their search for the Northwest Passage. The story of Franklin's expedition is a reminder of human tenacity and passion for exploration and discovery. 19th-century explorers risked their lives to open new trade routes and expand the boundaries of human knowledge. Despite the risks and dangers, these brave explorers were willing to do anything to fulfill their missions. The mystery behind the disappearance of Franklin's expedition has fascinated generations of historians and adventurers. The theories about what happened on board the ships continue to evolve, and new research could shed more light on what really happened during that fateful expedition. However, what is certain is that Franklin's expedition was an important milestone in the history of polar exploration and a testimony to human determination and courage in extreme conditions. In conclusion, the story of Franklin's expedition is an exciting and mysterious tale that continues to fascinate generations. The brave explorers WHO set out in search of the Northwest Passage remind us of the importance of courage, tenacity, and a spirit of adventure. If you are a history lover and want to explore the mysteries and enigmas that have surrounded some of the most fascinating events in history, be sure to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any of my exciting videos. Until next time.